All right, first up, national award-winning actor Kamal Haasan has hit out at authors, filmmakers and artists who are returning their awards. He says that he will not return his award because it wasn't given to him by the government but by a panel of jurists.
I've been accused of irresponsibility and callousness when I said I will not return my award because of my wanting to raise a voice against intolerance. That award is given by a jury, not by this government or the previous government. I respect the jury. They were peers, people with intelligence, who have thought that I'm worthy of it. I salute them and I've taken the award. If I have something against the government, there are so many podiums, including this one. I'm sure all those people who return their award also have a podium. They should use it. They should raise their voice against any government, not necessarily this one, any government which stifles their freedom of speech or way of life. That is my statement. You don't expect Gandhiji to return his barrister degree to the British because the British were ruling us. That would be irresponsible, and I'm not going to be that irresponsible. I'm proud of being an Indian, and I'll further the cause by whatever means that is. People sometimes suspect that I'm leaning toward the ruling party and saying these things. I am not ruled. I rule parties. And the son of this nation, I vote them into position. I don't feel ruled at all. That is why we did away with kings. They are running a government for us, for me. And if they are doing it well, we'll appreciate them. If we find there is some flaw, we'll voice it. Any sensible government will hear it. If they don't, we'll raise our voices. I don't believe in raising flags. I don't believe in violence. War is a very old-fashioned tactic to win an argument. So is violence. I thank you all for your kind ear. I think I've made my stance clear.
All right, that was a veteran filmmaker and actor Kamal Haasan saying that he's not returning this award because it hasn't been given to him by the current government or the last. It's an honor that's been bestowed on him by the country, and he was selected for this honor by an eminent jury. Now, earlier this morning, countering protests by award-winning writers, filmmakers and scientists against what they call government silence in the face of rising intolerance in the country, Bollywood actor Anupam Kher led a march to Rashtrapati Bhavan. Kher alleged the Award Wapsi campaign is an attempt to defame the country. Anupam Kher's March for India was joined by a string of artists, writers and filmmakers including Madhur Bhandarkar, Ashok Pandit and Priyadarshan. Kher and some of those protesters met President Pranab Mukherjee and submitted a memorandum to him. Kher will also be meeting Prime Minister Narendra Modi shortly.
It's a battle of marches. Actor Anupam Kher countering the Congress-led war against intolerance. Anupam Kher leading hundreds of artists, writers and filmmakers.
We are overwhelmed with the response that we got. The chaos showed that it was not planned. There was no party behind this.
Can you tell me any right since 15 or 18 months? Can you tell me?
Freedom of expression is not dented. I feel monopoly of freedom of expression is dented.
Marching for almost 2 kilometers, Anupam Kher and his delegates met President Pranab Mukherjee and submitted a memorandum.
पर उन्होंने ये ज़रूर कहा, ये शब्द ज़रूर बोले और ये वाक्य ज़रूर बोला कि जो अवार्ड है वो देश की जनता देती है, सरकार नहीं देती है।
हम लोग डेलीगेशन लेके गए थे और अच्छा लगा कि उन्होंने जब कहा कि इस तरह का अवार्ड जो होता है वो देश का होता है।
We strongly still feel that this is the most tolerant country, and this message which is going across the world and creating a bad name for the country, we felt that it's our duty as the citizens of this country to fight this misinformation about our country.
Even as Anupam Kher marched, the Congress kept its war on intolerance boiling. A day after former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh launched a scathing attack, Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi took a jibe at the Modi government and the RSS, earning a quick rebut.
We are here because both peace and freedom have been viciously wounded in our country. When the RSS and BJP deny this, they're not just being intolerant. They're disrespecting the power and agency of every single Indian person.
यहाँ पर देश में अनावश्यक आरोप लगाने की जो परंपरा चल पड़ी है राजनीतिक उद्देश्यों को लेकर, वही हो रहा है और कुछ नहीं. इसके अलावा और कुछ कहने लायक नहीं है उसमें.
The tolerance versus intolerance discourse has turned into a raging war. And while no one may win this one, the idea of India may end up getting hit. Bureau Report, India Today.
And the question we're asking this evening, March for India versus Intolerance War. Is the intolerance war hurting India's image globally? You can call us on the number flashing on our screens and tell us what you think. Let's quickly get a reaction from India Today's Jugal Purohit, who's with us live from the national capital this evening. Jugal, Anupam Kher led a march of protesters earlier this afternoon against the Award Wapsi campaign. He's expected to meet the Prime Minister anytime now.
That's right, Simi. What we do understand is that the Prime Minister, returning from a rather hectic visit to the Jammu and Kashmir state, is expected anytime now, and also is the delegation which is led by Anupam Kher and has several other artists. They are, like they did with the President of India, to submit a memorandum to the Prime Minister as well, and after which we will be hearing them. But really the larger picture, the larger point which is out here is that this particular march which took place this afternoon, which was carried out this afternoon, has met not just the President but will also be meeting the Prime Minister. What is the message that is coming out of it remains to be seen, but of course it's a symbolic aspect where the President, the Prime Minister have given time to these protesters, if I can call it this way, and have also agreed and accepted their memorandums. Let's just wait and watch for a while as to just what happens here, because we did hear about this appointment coming from Anupam Kher and those who were with him while they were inside the Rashtrapati Bhavan, but the Prime Minister is yet to officially speak on it. Whether or not he chooses to speak remains to be seen. What happens in the meeting and what do these people, Anupam Kher and others, speak after the meeting is also something that remains to be seen. Back to you.
Right, and Jugal, we were speaking to Brijesh earlier this afternoon, who told us about a few untoward incidents that took place in that rally that was led by actor Anupam Kher. Some journalists were also targeted.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, social media, as we speak, Simi, is abuzz with a war of sorts that is taking place in the virtual world. There are many who believe and who've been ranting against the fact that there is this manufactured protest. There is a facade which is being put up, and of course, this protest which took place today, this rally, also in a sense was a display of intolerance at many levels. There were many journalists who were heckled. There were many journalists who've taken to the social media to vent what their point of view and their expression and their experience was in this particular protest. So it isn't as if either sides can really claim the moral high ground, if at all there was one to begin with. And yes, as I said, there is a symbolic meaning and a message also which is coming out of the fact that the President of India and the Prime Minister both have given time to the leading aspirants or the leading actors insofar as this protest is concerned, whereas on the other side we are aware that the Home Minister has spoken about, has extended an olive branch and said that those who are returning their awards, we are welcoming them, we want to hear them, we want to talk to them and see what can be done. So in a sense, there is a narrative which is building up, and let's just wait for a while and see what happens from here on.
All right, Jugal, stay on with us. We've got our first caller of the evening on the phone line with us. Rishi from Pune is with us. Rishi, go ahead. Do you think that this debate over whether or not India is in fact a tolerant country, or is it becoming intolerant, do you think it's harming India's reputation globally?
See, it may not harm in a big way, though these people will try to do it. What is important for the media is that India is at the cusp of development, right? And it is important for the media to side with Mr. Modi, because this man is doing great things for this nation. And it is very sad that we are living in still a feudal setup of this fake Gandhi family who has not done anything for this nation. And I think educated people should learn this. You know, you and educated people cannot live Lutyens Gardens life anymore, because it is only competence which will drive people to success.
Well, thanks so much for speaking to...
themselves, all this intolerance debate and all this fraud run by people, these scientists who, what have they invented in years?
All right, Rishi, thanks so much for calling us and sharing your views with us. Now, other cities too joined in the march for India in Bangalore. About 100 people took part in the march from Freedom Park to Raj Bhavan. Actor Avinash, historian Dr. Chidnananda Murthy and writer Shatavadhani Ganesh protested against raising their voices against intolerance.
And I have got awards, both the state and center. I have not returned them because this was given to me because of my talent and whatever little contribution I have done to society. And this is not given by the government. This award I got it when the Congress was ruling. I have difference in ideology with the Congress government. That doesn't mean I have to return the award. And why are you making it an ideological issue by giving it back only when Modi is in power? Why this sudden awareness and enlightenment about, intolerance is happening only during the 16 months?
You see, there are a few people, compared to this vast country, these people who are returning awards, they are a small number. They are negligible. They are not going to make a dent in democracy. But they want to stall somewhere democracy. They want to bring a bad name to this country. Especially, they want to bring a bad name to the central government.
All right, there are two versions that are emerging. There is a section which feels that there is growing intolerance in the country. There is another section which says that this entire debate is a campaign against the Modi government. Is this debate then harming India's image globally? We're asking our callers to call us on the numbers on our screen and tell us what they think. We have Shekhar from Mumbai on the phone line with us. Yes, Shekhar, go ahead. What do you have to say?
Like when we switch on the television, only then we see this intolerance thing. But we also stay in a society and we can actually go out and meet our friends, and nowhere we see anything of this sort as far as tolerance or intolerance is concerned. It seems as if it's a media manufactured.
What do you have to say about the Dadri incident, Shekhar?
Dadri incident, if you look at the two incidents, Kalburgi and Dadri incident, why is nobody questioning the state governments over there? Why is India not questioning them? There is a point which BJP is making when they say, why don't you question the state governments over there?
Okay, so you think that the state government should be acting and the central government can just get away by saying that there's nothing we can do?
I didn't say that. I just said the responsibility of law and order is of the state government. So why don't you ask the state government first? Second thing, during the time of Delhi elections, there were a lot of issues related to attacks on churches.
Right.
Has the media gone and find out who are these guys who were caught after these church attacks happened?
All right, Shekhar, thanks so much for calling us and sharing your views with us. Now, women journalists, we've been told from NDTV and Aaj Tak, were heckled by some unwanted elements during their coverage of the March for India this afternoon. The journalist from NDTV was surrounded and slogans were raised against her and her organization while she was covering the march at Rajpath. India Today's Mosmi Singh was also heckled by participants who were being led by actor Anupam Kher in his march against award Wapsi. Remember, this group was marching up to Rashtrapati Bhavan and claiming that this is actually a campaign against the government. Pictures on your screens are of India Today's Mosmi Singh being heckled by some of those people who claim that there is no intolerance in this country. Sloganeering took place despite Anupam Kher's repeated appeal for calm at the event. But at the end of the day, we're seeing a situation where two women journalists were heckled by people who were allegedly marching for tolerance.
इसके बाद यही कहना बाकी है कि इंडिया में विचारों की आज़ादी ज़रूर है, दोनों तरफ से लोग अपनी बात कह सकते हैं और उसको सुनने का भी हमें सहन शक्ति होनी चाहिए। कैमरा पर्सन प्रदीप गुप्ता के साथ मौसमी सिंह, दिल्ली आज तक।
Unfortunate incidents being reported at that march that was led by actor Anupam Kher to the Rashtrapati Bhavan, where two women journalists were heckled by protesters. We'll continue tracking developments.